Sorry about that, everybody. I had some technical problems with the stream. I got it fixed, so we'll just stitch the videos together and it won't be a problem. Now, you always want to check around you to make sure there's no valuables. Wooden bowls, metal bottles. Okay, nothing important to grab here, so we'll just move on. Now, this is dirt, so it's a pretty quiet surface. If you walk on metal, you make a clang, which the guards can hear. And if you really want to be cute, you can jump and make a lot of noise if you want to attract their attention, which in the past I have done to draw guards to certain locations. Now we'll stop and eat the apple we picked up back there and go about our day. Run up the winding staircase. Now I do apologize because there are a fair amount of parts of this game that are slow, but once you reach certain locations the action most definitely picks up, so bear with me.
Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself.
Worthless vase. That's useful. This is a good stash room, which is where I put bodies to prevent people from noticing anything. Even though he's unconscious, he can't wake up. So we knock him unconscious to make sure he stays unconscious. Now, there are two people in here. And with servants, even if they see you, you're still allowed to knock them unconscious by bashing them in the head with a blackjack. So we'll just run in, all inconspicuous-like, and go, "Hi! How you doing? Nobody here. Nobody saw nothing. Nothing happened. Just a quiet evening. Nobody saw a thing." So we'll come over here and throw their bodies in the dark room. That way we can conserve water arrows, not have to waste so many to put out so many torches. And you at least cluster the bodies together so the odds of them being tripped over are much lower. The downside is if you pick a bad stash room, well, they find all the bodies and then it just doesn't go well. Ooh, they up the particle effects on the fire so it looks a lot better. It used to just be a little polygon effect and it wasn't nearly as pretty. Stop standing in the doorway. Good evening, sir. How you doing? Drag him back out. Whoop. Oh, hey, look, gold. I'll take that. Come back over here. And we'll actually just stash him in this hallway because it's not a common walk-through area. So we'll just extinguish that torch, and now that's dark enough to keep him stashed there. Now, normally I don't go out of my way to waste extra arrows. Now, there is all kinds of foods here, but there's really no reason to grab them because eating does not replenish your health in this game. So, stop getting in the way of the door. So we need to make sure we clear out the area, grab anything of value. Cedric, please speak to the cook about last night's dinner. While technically the menu conformed to my instructions, I suspect that the lamb was somewhat older than the springs, and I am in no way fooled by his practice of warming the salad to disguise wilting. If the cook is incapable of finding adequate ingredients, he can be replaced. And if he offers the same excuses to the stone market shortage, please remind him that the grocery budget is a good 50% above last year's figures, and even if he should be able to procure adequate victuals at those prices. Lord Baffert. So obviously this guy is a dick, so I have absolutely no qualms against robbing from him, because he treats servants like dirt. Make our way quietly through the facility. Nothing on the table. Counter, whatever it is. Bowl. Nothing over here. Any objects in this room? Nope, 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 nope. Those are all silver, so they're not worth anything. Even though they're not really silver, they're just silver colored to signify worthless metal. So we'll go over this direction. That's where we initially came in. So we wander over here. That's the other side of the hallway. Now, in the game, sometimes there are things hidden behind banners, so you always want to whack them with your sword to see if there's anything there. Another drunk guard. So we'll just deal with him. Take him and stash him down the hallway. And we'll need to extinguish the torch because we're going to be probably hiding more than one guy over here. It's still kind of obvious. Is it dark over? Okay, it's dark over here, so we'll stash him over there. And now we're on carpet, so we can move much faster without making a whole lot of racket. Now we need to figure out where the guard is, so we'll save before we do something phenomenally stupid. Sounds like he's right around the corner. And he's not. He's actually somewhere else. Which means it was probably the guard above us that was making the noise on the next floor. Okay, so there's nothing here. Anything behind these banners? And, well, you know, Lord Bafford's a dick, so I have really no trouble whatsoever destroying this shit.
Something there.
Nobody saw nothing. Nobody here.
Seems
Just
peaceful
a
enough
shadow
now.
of night. Just a dark figure standing right behind you! Yep, the other pacing was most definitely the guard that was upstairs. So we'll come stash him in the hallway because there's no way anybody can see him in here because it's a standalone room. Come over here and whack! And that was the other side that led to the kitchen that came through. This leads into the main plaza, but there's guards upstairs, so we don't want to go through there because it's too easy to piss them off and get seen. Now this is the side way that leads back out. We'll actually take this way to get out of the castle once we're done. Grab gold in there, sneak upstairs. Wait for the guard to show his ugly mug, lean forward, and BAT! Good night! Grab him, stash him up here, and this will become a drop room. So, that takes care of him. Can't really get the banner up there unless we do a jumping leap, and I want to make sure we've rendered anyone incapable before we do something like that. This leads forward to the main room, but there's archers up above and a bunch of guards that we saw gathered around the front door that were talking about the bear pits. So we can't go up there just yet. We have to go upstairs and deal with the guards first. Once we take care of the arrow guys up above... No, stop grabbing noisy crap! Okay, so once we deal with the guards up above, it'll be easy to come back down and take care of the guards that are down below. Otherwise you get seen and it goes south and you run for your life and you scream and there's mayhem, bloody murder, and it just goes bad. Things go awry. To all staff, the sir will be taking his dinner and evening out tonight, so domestics and manservants have the night free. Housekeep is still expected to finish the quarters in general polish. The house guard does not define this an opportunity to shirk, and lapses will be brought up to the sir, Cedric. Sounds like a real brown-nosing butt kisser, if you ask me. Grab the gold. Sneak upstairs. Now, ducking is always quieter than walking. Walking is always quieter than sneaking. The usual patterns. So we'll extinguish this torch, just so we can get a better view. More gold. Now, if I remember correctly, there's the guard. And nobody saw anything. So we can just snag him and go stash him up here. So now we need you just to go back and finish exploring the bottom area for any wayward loot we have missed. Commit act of vandalism and go about our day. I'm pretty sure I just saw a guard out of the corner of my eye back over there. So we are going to wait and see if there was actually a guard there. Yes, indeed, there was a guard out of the corner of my eye. So, now we wait. Now, if you're very careful, you can actually sneak up behind him in broad daylight and go, ha-ha! And your problems are solved. Grab him. Now we'll go stash him in the other dark area. And the back way just leads further back into the area where we first came into and the servants were that we knocked out near the kitchen. So we'll drop him in this hallway because nobody comes up here. Grab the loot from this side room, assuming I haven't already. Nope. Okay, good. Yoink. And whack! And off we go. So now we actually head upstairs and start getting sneaky. Whoops, wrong way. Which means I probably stashed that guy in the wrong stairwell. Oh well, we'll just have to make sure we don't screw up. Then we won't have to worry about it. So we'll quick save, move around the unconscious moron, and go about our day. Now if I remember, there's a guard up here that patrols, so we just have to be quiet. Now this was actually one of the early games that incorporated EAX from the Creative Lab sound card, so it did a really good job of having atmospheric sounds, like when you were in a cavern, it sounded like a cavern. You know, the EAX sound effects. So, hello, and that's why we whack the banners. So it did a really good job of making the audio embrace the atmosphere. That was odd, there was a hole in the floor. I wonder if that was on purpose, or if that was an accident in level design. Wow, this leads right to his place. Holy crap. I did not realize that. I've never taken this route. So you can actually drop right down, and the scepter is right below us. But of course, that's just, you know, that's cheating. That's too easy. We can't do that.
Who's there? Is someone there?
Nope. There's a stiff breeze blowing out your torches, buddy. There's nobody here. You're imagining things. So doing this makes it so when we come back later, this room is dark, so we can just walk right up and club him in the face with the blackjack, so we don't have to worry about it. Inadvertently, this just made my entire job later easier, but in the short term has not done anything overly beneficial for us. And there's nowhere else this goes, so we'll just go back to the hallway and make our way back. Now, I apologize if I'm being quieter and less humorous than my usual playthroughs, but this game does require a fair amount of focus, so I may not be as funny as I could be. But I will do my best! And we'll sprint over here. Hope nobody hears us. Definitely crawling in here, because this is a very loud friggin' floor. Now, there's nothing in the pool below us. There's nothing on the second floor, so we are actually done here. The shortcut, I think, was the only thing over here. The rest of this is just atmospheric. It's just to add ambiance to the level to make it feel more fleshed out. Check one more, see if there's maybe a hidden niche with gold, because on some levels there are. And obviously I've never followed my own advice of bashing every single banner, because that shortcut I found was a new one. I've never seen it before. But I don't think I've ever gone out of my way to bash them in the beginning, so on the first couple levels it never really occurred to me to do that, so I never did it. No, get back in the shadow. Can I just... okay, good. I can lean into this, because I'm going to have to take this out. I need to make sure I put all the fire out. I'm actually going to quick save, because I don't know whether or not this will put out the fire.
What was that? Did you hear something?
Nobody heard nothing. Not a thing. You're imagining things. The fire burned out. The wood, it was all used up. Yeah, that's what happened. Overly dramatic effect for extinguishing a fire. So we want to wait until he comes back on his next pass, knock him out, drag him, pull him out of the way. And then we need to sneak in and knock out the archer, which is not an exceptionally easy task. Good night, Gracie.
Hey! Look what we've got!
I goofed. we're gonna try that again without the colossal screw up. This time we're gonna just lean forward and blackjack him.
Come out and fight me!
Now he knows something's up, Because he actually saw the guy drop out of the corner of his eye, but he did not see me. So eventually he will lose interest and go away. And once he does, he's ours.
Come on now, come on.
Plus, it's kind of entertaining to hear them flounder about trying to figure out where you are. And here we
You're a pincushion now.
Ooh, I think a baby bird pecked me.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm rusty. This is not going as well as it used to. Sneak quietly up behind you, man.
You'll be didn't even scratch.
Oh, come on. Really? I'm gonna have to take that torch out. There's no other way to take this punk out. I gotta take this punk out. He's just seeing everything I do. Okay, so if I sneak very quietly, you should not be able to see me now because the light is out. So I can just walk up and go, hey buddy, remember all those times you screwed me and I had to quick save? Well, F you! I feel so much better now. And we continue on. So now we can go upstairs and loot the area without worrying about the noise alerting the guards down below. And obviously I'm guessing this is the guards' chambers. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Now if you hear a noise when you open it, it signifies that you got some loot. Now back in the original version of this game, before all the mods that I've added that improve the graphics, the sound, and everything else, when you picked up an item, it showed you exactly what you picked up. The problem is if you picked up arrows or weapons, it immediately hijacked whatever you had equipped with whatever you grabbed. So the mod actually prevents that from happening. The downside is it also doesn't notify you of what you've gotten, so you have to be more aware. Having played this game, though, I do have some clue of what I'm doing. I don't remember if there's a guy patrolling over here. It sounds like there is, but he might actually be upstairs.
What's there?
Okay, he didn't see anything, so we can just wait for the next
Here
pass.
now.
Excuse me. Now we just sit in the dark and lean forward and wait for him to come wandering back. And clock him. Hey, what's up? Snag him before his buddy notices. Oh good, we're in the clear. Now unfortunately I'm probably going to have to waste another water arrow just to be able to blackjack this last jerk. I will try without it first just to see how badly it goes. But I'm hoping we can sneak around without him seeing us. Because I really don't want to waste any more water arrows. Oh good, that worked. Ah, you gotta love physics before physics happened. So we'll just stash him over here with his friend in another compromising position. And on we go with our day. Was there even anything up here? Oh yes, there's a chest. Ooh, money. Okay. So we have... How did I get... Oh, loaf and carrot, huh? We'll eat those just to get them out of our inventory. We have 494 loot so far. We have 2 flash bombs, 2 healing potions, and the key that we stole off the drunk idiot. So now we make our way into the next portion of the castle. The area around Lord Baffer's manor. His throne room. Excuse me. It's gonna be one of those days. Okie dokie. Ooh, a golden ring. Nothing on the fireplace. Nothing over here. Is he going toward us or away from us? It sounds like away from us. So we come over here, we stand in the dark, and we wait for him to come back. But, you know, there's no fun of waiting for him to come back. So we're going to go for a stylish mid-air blackjack. Not quite a mid-air knockout, but it worked. That way we don't have to be super stealthy, we just have to be stealthy enough. We stash him over here in the dark, and now we have the key to the throne room.
I
What
wonder...
do we have here? Lord Bafford, excuse me. A recent delivery of antiquities from Bone contains several items we felt might be of interest to you. Description follows, but you are welcome to drop by our shop and examine them, or our other goods in person. An ornamental scepter, 3 feet in length. The body of a staff is weirwood, carved in a star and dot pattern. 6 inches from the ferrule, and 5 inches from the grip. Are bound with burnished copper overlaid in an ink and glaze... Crataquire? That's a word I'm not familiar with. Varnish. And the crowning feature of this magnificent piece, however, is a 6-inch teardrop-cut cloudstone, one of the finest of its type we've seen. A treasure box 2 feet by 3 feet of silver birchwood, the lid of inlaid purline and onyx. A maze pattern carved into the wood. The feet are lion's paws, each clutching a crystal globe. In the side of the box contains 2 principal compartments, one with glass shelves, one without. Beneath the compartments is a lockable 2-inch false bottom for your most valuable treasures. Grimworth and Deperin, fine antiquities and precious relics, which means we may find this box somewhere on this level, and if we do, it has a false bottom. Now that we know that, we can unlock it.
Or if it's just for show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lord Bafford doesn't actually read all these books. I'm sure they're for show, Garrett. Crystal necklace, or golden necklace, and that was apparently gold. Okay. And we picked up a scroll, and the scroll says what? Whoops, wrong button. Milordy Bafford, speaksies sell to Guinea did you bid. Dreckbound, the Hammerhearts had been afoot. A skulkin, a ferretin about, grabbing many a one to vanish in the cold stone, down below the forgy chain cells. Tooks they your dealer Tarquis in their clutches night past, and 2 patrons as well, named Lizelle and Rael. Sculpt up they left, and these not the first, cries Giddy. Pardon me, this is grinding my throat. I get a drink of water here. Little wonder, then, if Dreckbound grows sparse come these days. Of course, a lack of blame to one hand, but I gave Giddy a firm understandsy. Blood and doom in the whole book. And so he be learning himmin and all he can about how to turn the hammers off him, never you fear. About your Victoria, nothing yet. Walks she an inch above the ground, for all the dirt her footprints I've found. Dominic. Apparently he's a pirate, with the way he's speaking. So we'll just hide that. Nope, nothing back there. And that just leads back out to the hallway, so we're good. So we're looking for an ornate box!
Thought I saw something.
You didn't see shit, buddy. You didn't see shit.
Oh well. Must have been nothing.
That was close. Sproing! Nobody said nothing. Sproing! We'll just waltz over here. Wait for him to walk by on the other side, because it's a looping hallway. Anything in the pool?
All right. I hear you.
Oh,
Come
shit.
out in the open at once.
That didn't go well.
Don't think you can hide for long.
There's nobody hiding here. You're hearing things, buddy. There's nothing here. Really. It's a figment of your imagination. Nobody exists. It's all in your mind.
Come out and fight me.
Ooh, is he going to give me the perfect lineup to do something cute? Maybe. Maybe.
Nothing now.
So he goes back on his prescribed route. And if I can get just the right angle, I can do this! Ha ha! Mid-air knockout. All style, no substance. Stash his stupid ass back in the closet. Well, not the closet, but the back corner. And move on over to here. Which, if I remember correctly, this leads back to that book we saw through the hallway that we couldn't reach when we first entered the castle grounds. So we will make our way down this ridiculously long, winding tunnel that eventually leads to a stairwell. Of course, also has to be winding because, you know, it's just the motif here. And eventually we'll reach the bottom, 5,000 miles below the surface. And we find gold and a book. And this is telling us this must be his payoffs, I'm guessing. Cash pits, Sunny Fair, interest payments, Sunny Fair, Ramirez, Sunny Fair. Yeah, okay, so some of these are payouts, some of these are bring-ins. So I'm guessing these are the payouts and these are the bring-ins. Cash dealer, interest payment, Ramirez, cash pits, Ramirez. Cash pits, Ramirez, interest, cash pits, Ramirez, Ramirez, cash pits. A lot of the same. Tokens. What the hell's going on, Dreckbone? Even Guinea's grafting. He damn well ought to know there'd be more subtle than this. If it's not turned around in another week, toss up Ramirez's breach. So apparently, Dreckbone is skimming off the top quite a bit. And there's another key. So we now have 3 of the same key, 2 off of guards, 1 off of his personal study, I'm guessing is what this is, or maybe financial chambers, I don't know. Where he cooks the books. Make our way down this ridiculous tunnel again, go back up the stairs, and we're back in the action. Onward we go. Now let's check the water. Tap views in here, see if anybody lost an earring maybe. Nope, nothing in there. So we go on about our way. We actually want to go in the side rooms first, because there's lootsies in here. Sneaksy thief needs loots. Okay, nothing else in here. And for the record, the awkward accent I'm doing will make sense later in the game once you meet the pagans. Stash loot? Nope. Stash loot over here? Nope. So I guess we're just stealing the crown, the 4 stacks. Stop grabbing vases. 4 stacks of silver. Don't see anything over here. That looks out onto the street. Nothing over here. Nothing under the bed. So we move on. Now we make our way into the central room. Hop down the stairs, make the least amount of noise. Double check here. Whoops, missed. Got that. Quick save, and use the newfound key we have. So it looks like it's just the guy over there, but we're going to make absolutely sure there's not another guy hiding around here. And we're good. So now we can go for our stylish, ridiculous mid-air knockouts. Hey, buddy.
Don't move!
Whoops. Screwed the pooch on that one. We're going to try that one again. Maybe without the oops. Forgot to release the button soon enough. So we just spring and clunk. And perfect mid-air knockout. Toss him over in the corner because we don't really need him anymore.
It's a throne room. How pretentious can you get?
Yeah, I'm with Garrett on this one.
Here we go.
Got the scepter. We have well over 700 in loot, so we're good. Now, the nice thing about the loot is you actually have a motivation to try to get all of it, because the amount of loot you get determines how much money you have to spend on the next map for your goodies. So it's definitely motivation to get as much money as you can. Sadly, it doesn't carry over from map to map, so if you don't spend it, you lose it anyway. So it's always a good idea to spend all your money. Okay. Now, there are certain maps where we're going to be fighting critters. Zombies, monsters, things like that. On those maps, we actually are allowed to kill. So there are times where you are going to be able to use the bow. Make sure we didn't miss one over here. Nope. So now we just go down to the central room, take care of the last few guards, and we can either sneak out the back way, or we can be stylish, knock out the guards at the front door, and just waltz on out the front gate! Which, personally, I think is much more, pro. What the... The indestructible banner. Interesting. Okay, good. They don't hear that. Sneak over here. Be as quiet as possible. Oh, good. Torches. So we'll be able to use our last 4 to darken the room. Awfully quiet. around here. Sneaksy thief. Sneaksy. I guess the ornate chest isn't here, because I didn't find it. I don't think we missed anything, although I could be wrong. And we seem to have gotten the guard's attention.
The thief's here.
Nobody saw nothing.
Than an arrow.
Now the nice thing about the flashbangs is you get to blind your opponent. And yourself if you're staring at it. We knocked everybody out of the front gate and we got to walk out the front door. So now I'm going to turn the volume back down for the cutscenes, and oh, we actually managed to finish that in 30 minutes. So it's a little over 30, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. And I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. So have a great day.